Have you ever met someone who tells stories so vivid, so convincing, that you can't tell if they are real or completely made up? Someone who lies, even when there is no gain, no reward, no reason at all? Imagine a person fabricating entire events, entire relationships just to keep the illusion alive. And yet these lies don't always come from greed or malice. They come from a place much deeper, hidden in the very wiring of their brain. What if I told you that these people are not merely lying? They are trapped in a psychological phenomenon that even experts are still trying to fully understand. This thought doesn't mean you're broken, but it does have a name: Pseudologia Fantastica. You might have felt deceived by someone's stories in your life. A coworker claiming a tragic past, a friend boasting of adventures you suspect never happened, a stranger who seems to live in a different reality. Millions of people experience encounters with such stories, and most of them never talk about it openly. You may have even caught yourself embellishing small truths in your own life to make them more interesting, more heroic, more believable. It's human to stretch the truth a little, but Pseudologia Fantastica takes this to an extreme. These are lies so intricate, so persistent, that they almost become another reality for the person themselves. Psychologists have named this rare condition Pseudologia Fantastica, sometimes referred to as pathological lying. It is not the everyday white lie you tell to avoid embarrassment, nor is it lying for gain or social advantage. People with Pseudologia Fantastica construct elaborate falsehoods, sometimes over months or even years, and often they truly believe them, or at least believe in their emotional truth. This phenomenon is so fascinating that researchers have studied it extensively, trying to understand why the human brain would manufacture entire lives, stories, and identities, seemingly for no reason at all. Imagine this. A person walks into a room, smiling, confident, and starts telling you about an adventure they had last summer. They describe every detail: the weather, the streets, the people they met. You start to picture it vividly in your mind. Yet every word is entirely fabricated, not for attention, not for reward. Sometimes, not even consciously, for social gain. It is as if the brain itself is telling a story it wants to exist, regardless of reality. Neuroscientists suggest that Pseudologia Fantastica may be linked to the brain's prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for decision-making, impulse control, and social behavior. The amygdala, the seat of emotion and memory, also seems to play a role, giving emotional weight to these imagined events, making them feel real not only to the storyteller, but sometimes even to the listener. People with this condition often have a deep need for attention, validation, or a sense of importance, but these needs are more than psychological. They are biological. The brain literally creates these stories as a way to satisfy emotional and cognitive wiring that is slightly atypical but profoundly human. Consider the case of a man named Robert, studied by psychologists in the 20th century. Robert would fabricate heroic tales of rescuing people, traveling to exotic countries, and surviving life-threatening situations. Every story was detailed, every encounter vivid, yet all were entirely fictional. Robert's family and colleagues would try to confront him, but the stories continued, sometimes growing in complexity. Psychologists observed that these fabrications were not for money or social advantage. They were compulsive, almost addictive. Studies show that pseudological liars often perform normally in daily life. They hold jobs, maintain relationships, and can be charming and intelligent. Yet, when it comes to storytelling, they cross a line. Their brain seems to enjoy creating a narrative that feels emotionally satisfying, even if it contradicts reality. One of the most fascinating elements of Pseudologia Fantastica is the blurring of fact and fiction. Over time, the brain may start to genuinely believe in these creations. In essence, the line between imagination and reality fades, creating a persistent cognitive illusion. It's important to clarify what Pseudologia Fantastica is not. This does not mean the person is malicious, criminal, or dangerous in the majority of cases. They are not necessarily sociopaths, psychopaths, or manipulative masterminds, nor does it mean they are crazy in the way popular culture might suggest. Most people with this condition can distinguish right from wrong, can maintain normal lives, and are aware at some level that their stories are fabrications. Pseudologia Fantastica is a psychological compulsion, often deeply rooted in unmet emotional needs or early life experiences. Understanding this distinction builds empathy and trust, rather than judgment or fear. Why should you care about Pseudologia Fantastica? Because it challenges our understanding of truth, identity, and human behavior. We live in a world where perception often becomes reality. Social media, storytelling, and personal narratives influence how we see others and how we see ourselves. Recognizing the mechanisms behind compulsive lying can help us approach people with understanding rather than suspicion. It can also help you reflect on your own relationship with truth. How often do you exaggerate, embellish, or create stories to make yourself appear better or more interesting? While most of us stop at harmless storytelling, Pseudologia Fantastica represents the extreme continuum of a behavior deeply human: the need to be seen, to be validated, to exist meaningfully in the minds of others. And the most unsettling part is that we all have a mind capable of creating narratives that feel real. What separates a healthy imagination from Pseudologia Fantastica is subtle, almost invisible, a twist of biology, psychology, and circumstance. So next time someone tells a story that seems too extraordinary to be true, remember, your brain might be wired to believe in its own illusions, just like theirs. Somewhere deep inside, the line between reality and invention may not be as firm as you think. If you want to explore more hidden corners of the human mind, stay with Psychopedia.